Namaskar everybody, this is Dr. Rao. Today we are going to discuss about the introduction to organizational behavior. Uh, in the onset itself, what actually is an organization? It is any unit where some economic activity takes place, or even a society where some activity, social activity takes place, maybe a hospital or maybe a trust. Any any unit or any setup where some function occurs at the social level is an organization. A political party is also an organization. Organization consists of what? It consists of human beings. And the topic which we are going to discuss is organizational behavior. That is how people in an organization behave or they should behave. This is a very interesting topic, and people or students who are good in psychology, they can do better as the instructors of organizational behavior. Now, it is an introduction. It can be defined as an understanding, prediction, and management of behavior, both individually or in a group, that occur within an organization. So, it can be one-to-one interaction, or your boss is talking something and there are hundreds of people listening to it. So it can be in a group or it can be at individual level. It can be internal and external perspectives are the two theories of how organizational behavior can be viewed from an organization's point of view. So obviously, why we have to discuss about this is how to run an organization properly. If we don't have a good human behavior, organizational behavior, it is very difficult to run an organization. While working in an organization, it is important to understand others' behavior as well as make others understand ours. In order to maintain a healthy working environment, we need to adapt to the environment and understand the goals we need to achieve. This can be done easily if we understand the importance of organizational behavior. Here, one important point is healthy working environment. There are two aspects. One is the physical health, like sanitation, cleanliness, enough amount of electricity, amount of light, facilities of water. Those are all structural activities. We are not discussing on that. Of course, that also will have a role to play on our behavior. Working environment means how individuals deal with each other, and ultimately the goal is to achieve something for the organization. Following points bring out the importance of organizational behavior. It helps in explaining the interpersonal relationships employees among the employees as well as with their higher and lower subordinates. We may be somewhere in between. Neither I am the top man nor I am the last man. I may be in between. So I have to take care of my seniors. I have to take care of my juniors. And I have to behave with them in such a way that the organization functions nicely. The prediction of individual behavior can be explained. Suddenly, if somebody misbehaves or somebody does something funny, it should be taken in the right spirit, why it is happening so, and what can be done to overcome it. It balances the cordial relationship in an enterprise by maintaining effective communication. It assists in marketing. Obviously, a marketing person is a very good communicator. And I think he is the best person to understand the psychology of others, and he will have an excellent relationship with everybody he meets. It helps managers to encourage their subordinates. Any change within the organization can be made easy. Okay, we can come, we can discuss. Yes, there may be some problem. We can discuss and try to solve it. It helps in predicting human behavior and their application to achieve organizational goals. Uh, One of my friend who is in US, he is the lead of a software company. Under him, there are about 6 people working. 2 of them are Indians, and one is an Iranian, one is a Chinese, and the other is an African. He has to take work from everybody, and their behavior is totally different from each other. Some are extremely disciplined, some are not at all disciplined. One guy sleeps, and you call him, he says, I'm sleeping. But all that you want is at the end of the day, you must get the work done. I'll finish the job, you don't worry. Some people are very disciplined. Some people are. So this person who is handling these 6 people, who are nowadays, of course, not there is no personal connection. They are connecting. They are all attached to internet only. So obviously, it is becoming all the more difficult to influence people to get work done. But he says, telling yes, it is becoming very difficult for me, but I am managing the show. So until and unless you know the personal behavior of a person, see, there are some people who are habitually late people. Even if you scold them, they still come late. How to handle a person like that? Some person may be very angry type. For small things, he starts shouting. How to handle such people? Some people are very docile and everybody takes work from them. He's taxed too much. How to take care of him? These are all the issues which a manager is supposed to understand. And if we know how an organization behaves, I think it becomes easier for us. That is, it helps in predicting human behavior and their application to achieve organizational goal. Just now I got a joke. One small girl, African girl, she was just sitting. The teacher asked, what happened? Why you are so morose? She said, my mother is in hospital and my father is in police station. The teacher felt very pity and then she asked her to go. She said, okay, I give you permission to go. When the girl was going out, the other teacher came and said, what happened? Why she is going? She said, her mother is in hospital and her father is in police station. Hey, come on. Her mother is a nurse and her father is working as a constable in a police station. See, this example why I'm giving is some people are there who will try to make everything not to work. How to get work from them? Okay. It helps in making the organization more effective. Right. Importance of study of organizational behavior. Thus, studying organizational behavior in a recognized pattern of human behavior and in turn throws light on how these patterns profoundly influence the performance of an organization. If some organization is functioning very well means the people working there are being taken care of and the people are taking care of the organization, both ways. Major contributing factors. There are 3 major factors that affect organizational behavior. The working environment being the base for all 3 factors, they are also known as determinants of OB. What are the 4 determinants? People, obviously, the structure and the technology, and all are encompassed by environment. Here, environment means not the outside environment like air, water, sky, and all. This environment is the internal milieu of the organization. We will see one by one. People. An organization consists of people with different traits, different personalities, different skills, different qualities, different interests, coming from different backgrounds, coming from different beliefs, coming from different values, and each person doesn't have the same amount of intelligence. Now, how difficult it is for the manager to handle people who are coming with so many different traits. In order to maintain a healthy environment, all the employees should be treated equally and be judged according to their work and other aspects that affects the firm. Say, for example, some guy is very good in skills. Some guy, he always sings. Just for example, I'm telling, yes, it is a fact. He sings by himself. Sometimes it may irritate others, but if he sings, he can do well. That is his idea. Some people religiously, if they're connected to a particular religion, they may do some time they require for praying. How the other people are reacting to this person praying. All these things must be taken care of by the manager, and to see that work should not get disturbed, work should not get affected, and everybody should work properly. Next, a company offers campus placement. This is an example. A company offers campus placement to trainees from different states like Orissa, Haryana, Arunachal Pradesh, and many more. However, one second. Sorry. A company offers campus placement to trainees from different states like Orissa, Haryana, Arunachal Pradesh, and many more. However, during and after the training, all trainees are examined only on the basis of their performance in the tasks assigned to them. Here, it is not from which state you are coming. Maybe the manager belongs to one particular state. He may have some soft corner for a particular guy, but as far as organization is concerned, the manager should treat everybody equally on again on the basis of their performances, nothing more, nothing less. If this is a very healthy trend. If you can manage it, I think the organization will go very well. Next, structure. Structure is the layout design of an organization. It is a construction and arrangement of relationships, strategies according to the organizational goal. Example, organizational structure defines the relationship of a manager with employees and co-workers. Again, I'm telling you, this is not to do with the physical layout design of the factory or an organization, or maybe you go to a shop, there may be 10 people working there. One manager will be there, one guy will be there who will be taking care of everything. It may be very clumsy and materials will be there everywhere. But the people working over there, they know how to handle. If a person comes in for a particular thing, immediately they attend to it. So this is what the structure of the organization. And what is the relationship between the manager or the leader and the employees and co-workers? Technology. Technology can be defined as the implementation of the scientific knowledge for practical use. This is what this technology is all about. It also provides the resources required by the people that affect their work and task performance in the desired direction. I am short of one screwdriver. Because of that, my job is getting affected. All that I have to do is give the right tool to the right person at the right time. In the mechanical and automobile field, the ITIP students are told the first thing is, for everything there is a place and everything is in its place. For everything there is a place. A screwdriver, there is a place. A nut, there is a place. A bolt, there is a place. And everything is in its place. This is extremely important. And technology can be so simple, whereas technology can be very, very complex. Only one person is there in the whole organization who understands the technology better. And he has to be called whenever it is required. Nowadays, technology has gone to that great extent You know about the SAP, you know about the big data, you know about the artificial intelligence. Many people don't, even I don't understand much of it. And other software in the market determine individual and organizational performances. So the organization must keep it up with the latest trend of technology that is available so that they can have an edge over their competitors. Environment. All companies function within a given internal and external environment. Internal environment can be defined as the conditions, factors, and elements within an enterprise that influences the activities, choices made by the firm, and especially the behavior of the employees. While external environment can be defined as outside factors that affect the company's ability to operate. Some of them can be manipulated by the company's marketing, while others require the company to make some adjustments. The second factor, the external environment, can be anything. Anything means the society, the government factors, maybe sometimes the cyclones or some other factors, floods. All those things can also have a role to play. So the organization recently, for example, often nowadays, cyclones are coming, floods are coming, and in under such conditions, how the organization is managing itself and still functioning well. This is important. Some examples of internal environment includes employee morale, culture changes, financial changes or issues, and some examples of external environment includes political factors, changes to the economy and the company itself. Some change in the policy of the company, say nowadays, because of this COVID, every employee do not know whether tomorrow they'll be having employment or not. This is a very, very unfortunate situation. And you just imagine the psychology of the employees who are working with a sword hanging on their head. Tomorrow, you may be asked to go. Obviously, the employee morale will be very, very low nowadays. These things are to be addressed properly by the organization so that they can work better. As about political factors and all, it does make some difference. But if the organization is strong, if the people in the organization are cooperating with each other, I think there won't be any problem as far as all these small factors are there. Now, it is depending on two important key elements: nature of the people and nature of the organization. Very important point. Nature of the people and nature of the organization. Nature of the people. In simple words, nature of the people is the basic qualities of a person or the character that personifies an individual. They can be similar or unique. Yes, each person is unique. Talking at the organization level, some major factors affecting the nature of people have been highlighted. What are they? Individual differences. It is the managerial approach towards each employee individually, that is, one-on-one approach and not the statistical approach, that is, avoidance of single rule. For example, a manager should not be biased towards any particular employee, rather, should treat them equally and try not to judge anyone on any other factor apart from their work. This is what I was earlier also telling. Just because an employee is a relation of a manager, he will be giving a lot of favor to that guy. Just because of that, other employees will get upset. And this vitiates the whole environment, and the organization cannot function properly until and unless this malady is rectified. A very simple thing, but people behave very funny. Sometimes some employee might have challenged the manager because of some valid reason. The manager, instead of accepting it in the right spirit, takes it on the wrong side and starts penalizing this particular employee or a group of employees. Nowadays, not much of trade union activities are there, but earlier there are very strong trade unions used to be there, and the trade union leader, he had the approach to the top person directly. They had so much of influence. What for the union was there? It was there to take care of the welfare of the employees. But it so happened that many trade unions have become something like a vested interest. The person who is the president or the secretary or some lower level office bearer, they never work. What happened? They will say, we are office bearers of the union. What happens to the organization? Organization cannot function well. Then, perception. It is a unique ability to observe, listen, and conclude something. It is a unique ability to observe, listen, and conclude something. It is believing in our senses. In short, the way we interpret things and have our own point of view is our perception. For example, A thinks late night parties spoil youth, while B thinks late night parties are a way of making new friends. Come on, both seems to be right, both seems to be wrong. Here we see both A and B have different perceptions about the same thing. Now imagine in an organization, if a manager puts up a proposal for some activity and there are 10 people, they will have 10 different perceptions about it, where it will end up. So what the manager is supposed to do? Call a meeting, tell that this is going to happen, and come on, what is there in your mind? Understand each person's logic. If it is really effective, try to implement it and try to take everybody along so that tomorrow, if something goes wrong, one person who has predicted that something is going to going to happen means what he will do? He will say, look, I told you my perception was right. You people never listen to me. Now we are losing this in the company. This should not happen. Everybody should be taken and into consideration, and a common consensus decision must be taken. Obviously, there won't be any problem. So each individual person's perception may be different. But as far as organization is concerned, it should be one. There cannot be variations in that. As we all know that a person's skill cannot be employed, we have to employ a whole person. If I'm teaching means I'm just not a teacher. I'm a human being. I'm not a robot or I'm not a machine. You switch on, it will function. You switch off, it stops. I am much more than that. This attitude must be taken into consideration. An employee is not just, come on, for 8 hours you work, and after that also I'm asking you to work means he may not perform well because he's tired. You may lure them that I'm going to give you overtime, I'm going to give you this facility, that facility, I'm going to give you promotion, so on and so forth. But as a human being, he has got a limit. And then if he works means it may end up in an accident. And that accident may be a major accident. Then the whole organization goes out of tune. So that is what human resource management. Every organization nowadays, we have human resource management people. Their job is supposed to be arranging things so that employees work in a congenial environment. Skills comes from the background and knowledge, fine. Our personal life cannot be totally separated from our work life. Just like emotional conditions are not separable from physical conditions. That's what I'm telling. I am not a machine. I am a human being. You must understand that, and you must take consideration of that. So people function in the is the function of total human being, not specific features of human being. I may be a good singer, for example, but I must have the mood to sing. You just can't put a switch on and I'll start singing. It's not possible. I may be a poet. Until and unless that mood comes to me, I cannot write. So a whole person must be taken into consideration. An employee is just not an employee. It is not a machine. It is a human being. So we have to take care of the psychological aspects, emotional aspects of each individual person so that organization goes very well. For example, somebody comes into the call office or into the factory, his face looks very dull. The manager asks, "What is the problem with you?" "Sir, I couldn't sleep last night. There was some bad news in the home. The whole home was in a disturbed condition. I couldn't sleep at all in the night, so I'm not feeling comfortable." If the claim is true, the manager should consider giving a leave to him. Okay, that is all right. Don't worry. It happens to everybody's life. You carry on working means there will be a problem coming up. The person may not be able to work properly. So the manager's function is very, very important to understand the psychology and the emotions, emotional levels of each person and see that work is not hampered. Motivated behavior. Yes, it is the behavior implanted or caused by some motivation from some person, group, or even a situation. In an organization, we can see two different types of motivated employees. Positive motivation, encouraging others to change their behavior or say complete a task by luring them with promotions or any other profits. If you complete this, you will have this gain. That is a positive attitude. Negative attitude, forcing or warning others to change their behavior, else there can be serious consequences. For example, if you don't complete this, you will be deprived of any facility from this office. Now, as a human being, although he may be working for quite some years in your organization, if you don't take the emotional aspects of that person and won't give the positive motivation, it is very difficult for the organization to behave. Value of a person. What is the value of a person? Employees want to be valued and appreciated for their skills and abilities, followed by opportunities which help them develop themselves. This is the reason why some employees who are very good in their skills, they are asked to go for some training, maybe 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. Even some people go abroad for training and they come back. After they come back, they impart the knowledge they have gained from there, and this will help in the not only development of themselves, it will also help everybody. But here, one interesting factor is I am valuing you because you know more. As a manager, I am valuing you because you are knowing better skills or more technologically stronger. But if you start behaving in a different way, that without me the company won't function, again, organization will not function well. So it is not the knowledge that one person has, it is also his interest in doing the job. That's more important. Of course, if you are trained well, if you are having more knowledge, obviously, I am giving you better salary, better perks, and all those facilities. But that person should also be equally responsible towards the organization. But every employee must be valued properly. Maybe in some big companies, The managing director comes only once in the shop floor in a year, but he remembers the name of each person. Just tap the person on the back. Hi, how are you, Mr. So and so? How happy he will be. You're not spending any money for this, you're not losing anything. And just a smile. How are you? How is your family? Hope everything is fine. If you have any problem, please tell me. If I can help you, I'll definitely help you. And if they really come out with some problem, call the manager, tell him he's having this problem, try to solve. See, this touch, this emotional touch, not just for for the sake of it, but the true sense of it. If it does, means obviously each person is valued properly, and that helps in improvement of the organization. Now, nature of organization. Nature of organization states the motive of the firm. It is something like a vision or mission of an organization. It is opportunities it provides in the global market. It also defines the employee's standard. In short, it defines the character of the company by acting as a mirror reflection of the company. We can understand the nature of any firm with its social system, the mutual interest it shares, and the work ethics. Now, here, few days back, Ratan Tata has announced that all the people who unfortunately passed away because of COVID in their company will be given the salaries till their 60th year. Their children will be taken care of as far as education is concerned. Their health benefits will be taken care of. The house they are staying, it can be continued. See, this is what exactly the nature of the organization states. This one example is enough to make you understand that in the society, what the company stands for. It is just not a manufacturing unit. It is not just selling its product. It is not just making money. It's not just getting profits. It has got an international uh, level of workforce, but the the fine touch, the human values which are there in the organization, and its moral and social responsibility towards the society as well as toward the country. Obviously, that nature of organization will definitely is a better one, and it helps in the country's development. Social system. Every organization socializes with their customers or simply the outer world and all of its employees, their own social roles and status. Their behavior is mainly influenced by their group as well as individual drives. Social system are of two types: formal, that is, groups formed by people working together in a firm, or people that belong to the same club is considered as formal social system. Example, a success party after getting a project. Maybe there are 10 groups working in different departments in a unit. Two units have done very well, and those two units will be called on one day and they will be having a success party because they have got success in a particular venture. This type of interaction helps in developing a sense of attachment towards the organization, that at least a particular group is being recognized for their good work. Obviously, it also gives you a sense of competition. If that unit is doing well, why can't our unit do? Everybody is working for the same organization. What is so big about that they are doing better than us? Why can't we do it? Maybe next year you will come out with a better project and you may be successful. And this social interaction and this competitive, positive competition, constructive competition will ultimately help the organization to come up. Then other is informal. Informal means a group of friends People socializing with others freely, enjoying, partying, or chilling. Say, for example, birthday party. Imagine wherever somebody is working, maybe their son, daughter, or themselves, they will be having a party in the home. What for? There is a birthday, there is another event in the home, maybe a marriage or something, and they will be inviting so many people from the organization. But some people are excluded. Not everybody is invited. Why so? It means that the person doesn't have proper emotional attachment with those people whom he has neglected calling. As far as this party is concerned, it is fine. But the same nature should not be reflected when he is working. When he is working, he has to work because he is not working for the other man, he is working for the company. He is working for the organization. He should keep things separate. His personal thing is different and official thing is different. Right. Mutual dependence is obvious. Every organization needs people, and people need organization to survive and prosper. It's quite obvious. Basically, it is a mutual understanding between the organization and the employees that helps both reach their respective objects. We deposit our money in the bank. In return, the bank gives us a loan or interest or something. I am working for the company. The company is growing. And since the company is growing, I am growing. This is a mutual dependence. If there is no company, I can't get employment. And if I am not there, how the company will run? Company requires people. Any organization requires people to run. And if the organization says, I don't want you, means it has to stop functioning. Similarly, the people who are working, if they say, I need not come to work from tomorrow, means organization cannot function. So this mutual independence is always there. That is the reason why we have to be very careful in handling people, whether I am the top person or I am the bottom person. Ethics. This is something, they are the moral principles of an individual, group, and organization. In order to attract and keep valuable employees, ethical treatment is necessary and some moral standards need to be set. In fact, companies are now establishing code of ethics, training reward for notable ethical behavior. Even that is the reason why total quality management has come. A lot of systems have come up. Management systems have come up, which try to implement all these things so that the ethical standards of each individual person should not come down. At the same time, the ethical pattern of the organization also should not come down. Just imagine, I am an expert in a particular machine, and after some time, I am leaving the company because of some reason or the other. I'm joining some other company and I'm giving all the secrets of this company to the other company. Absolutely unethical thing. These things are happening. It should not happen. That is why the employees should be taken enough care. Obviously, I'll go of the company if I'm not being taken care of, in spite of my doing hard work, my honesty, my integrity. If you're not respecting my feelings, obviously I'll leave. So it's a mutual thing. If the employee is not properly treated, although he is doing good work, it is a mistake of the organization. And if the person is not working properly and getting a salary, it is also unethical. So ethics must be on both ends. And ethical principles must be followed strictly. Now, I think in a broad sense, the scope of organizational behavior is the extent to which it can govern or influence the operations of an organization. Thank you very much for your participation.